Hello everyone and welcome back to Make the Music, and today we're going to be going over another tool that I absolutely love, also provided by the courtesy of CLA, and that is the CLA Mix NX. This allows you to get inside of Chris Lord-Alge's studio in Mix LA, metaphorically of course, through the plugin, and experience that so that you can mix and check your mix on CLA's system. So let's pull up this mix here. This is a mix I've been working on, or have done. Let me play part of it for you. So I'm using headphones, right? My mix sounds good on my headphones, but I want to check it on something so that I know my mix will translate across certain systems, right? Because no one cares if your mix sounds good on your headphones and just your speakers, right? That's not where they're going to listen to it. It's got to translate. We talked about Ozone, of course, but another tool I love is CLA NX Stereo here. Now, if you have Bluetooth or some sort of way for your computer to know which way your head is facing, you can absolutely use that. I do not have that with my desktop, but that is a great feature as well. So I'm going to turn that off. But if we open up CLA NX Stereo here, immediately it's going to make it seem like you're in Mix LA. Let me play it for you now. Obviously it's going to sound weirder, right? Because I have this plugin on. So just listen real quick. Let me play a verse part maybe. It's so weird. I feel like I'm in a room when I turn this thing on. So let me break down this plugin for you. So this is the CLA NX. They have a couple studio monitor options. This is the CLA 10s plus the sub. This is his standard go-to setup when he's mixing. That's selected there. You can go to his mains, which are more commercial speakers. They got some more sub and top that he also uses when checking his mixes. So let me play that here. A ton of sub and top, right? Something you'd hear in like a car maybe. Then he has his boombox, which he talks about. If you ever watch CLA interviews, this boombox, it's super mono, super crappy sounding, but it's a great way to check your mixes to make sure things are coming through, right? You actually want to check your mixes on kind of crappy systems sometimes, because then you'll know, hey, I can't hear the vocal on a crappy system where the kick drum gets lost. Maybe I need to make some changes so that if someone's listening to it in the mall or somewhere else where they can't hear things well, they got to be able to hear certain parts of the song. So like if I pull that up, that makes me think, man, this vocal's out of control. I need to make some changes, right? I might need to turn it down. I might need to throw a limiter on it. That's what is great about this plugin. It exposes weaknesses in your mix. So like when I pull this plugin up, I'm now hearing some sibilance in the vocal that I wasn't hearing before on my headphones. I'm hearing there's some muddiness going on. And so now with something like this, I'm able to make some changes in my mix. And then obviously you don't want to bounce this out with this on, right? Also, it's telling you some things about panning, right? The mix is not nearly as wide with this thing on, because when you don't have headphones on, audio actually seems narrower. And then when you put the headphones on, because they're right next to your ears, it seems like it has more width. So I'll play it for you and bypass the plugin. It seems like all this width like returns, right? So this is kind of good to see if you have actual stereo width and you're not being tricked by your headphones. You can also adjust this ambience feature here. I usually leave it at 100%, but you can turn it up if you like. I'll play that for you here. It seems to me this plugin is meant to be on 100%, and that's what I have found to work. You can calibrate the head tracking here. I don't have that on. You can even modify the size of your head, and it does have headphone EQ to adjust. So if you're using a headphone that's in here, there's lots. I mean, there's probably a couple hundred in here. My headphones are super crappy old Behringers that I've used forever, and they are not in this list, but this plugin still works great for me. So what I'm trying, and I've even mixed on earbuds using this plugin. So you don't have to have anything on the headphone list. It does help, but you don't have to, and it's worked great for me because I'm already hearing problems in my mix. What I also like is you can rotate your head if you don't have the head tracking here. Whoa, that's crazy, right? I mean, and you can always come back to 0 by hitting this rotate studio to 0 degrees, but just turning around and seeing if my mix is still balanced is huge. I think it's very important. Because if you turn and the vocal's getting lost or it's too bright or something, you'll hear it in this case. So what I love doing is playing the mix and then occasionally hitting this boombox button, like there's a boombox playing off to the side, and you can tell if things are balanced. So there's so many amazing options in the CLA NX stereo. Do I mix with this thing on the whole time? No, I do not mix with the whole thing on. I like to trust my setup because I've used it so much, but I will throw the CLA NX on near the end of the mixing process to try and get some feedback like, oh my, that vocal is too bright, or where's the kick drum? It got completely lost. And I will mess around with these different settings. It's just something else to reference internally while you're mixing and not have to go through all the trouble of taking it out to your car. And I find that supremely helpful when I'm in the mixing process. So let me know, do you have the CLA NX stereo? Do you like it? Do you think it helps you with your mixes? I think it does a great job. You should like the video and subscribe to the channel to see more videos on mixing and mixing tools. Thank you so much for watching. And anyways, I will see you guys next time.